Hi, welcome back to this edition of Tech Series. In this first edition, we are going to understand how Oracle EBR, which is Edition-Based Redefinition, works. So this is the first part of this video. So first, let us try to understand the problem statement. As we all know, the database has got multiple objects, table indexes, views, packages, functions, and so on. Now, whenever there is any compilation of a package or the change in table structure, we all know that the package is going to become invalid. And these invalid objects needs to be recompiled. And during this time of recompilation, transaction would fail in an OLTP scenario, thereby requiring a downtime and preventing a true 24/7 operation. So how does EBR solve this problem? So let's try to understand by again going back to the database and checking the objects which are present in a database. Now let us leave aside tables, materialized views, and indexes for the time being because they cannot be re-edition. There is a different approach for it. But if you go to the other type of objects like packages, views, functions, and triggers, we can create a new edition. Basically, it means that we are going to create a new edition of an existing base edition. So we are going to copy all the objects which are there in the base edition and create a new edition. So if there are 100 packages or 100 views in the base edition, I will have a similar count in edition 1. So what happens here is that when a middleware is connecting to the database, it will connect to the base edition. In the meantime, you can compile all your packages, make them valid in the meantime. And once they are valid, you make a switch of the edition and tell the middleware that now you are ready to use the edition 1. So in short, we alter the user to enable editions. We can't create any edition to that particular user. We create a new edition E1 from the base edition. So E1 is a child of the base, and this is a process known as actualization. We deploy the patch in E1. So your package procedure changes, you will deploy in E1. Alter database for new edition. Basically, you make the switch so that all sessions, the new sessions from the middleware, will use the edition 1. So all the old sessions of the connection pool, once it is closed, will now switch over to the new edition. So this edition 1 will become the default edition of the database. And finally, you are free to drop the base edition. So thereby, you can see that there is a seamless cutover from the base to the new edition, and it is completely transparent to the front-end system. So a few more features of EBR. Number one, this came in 11G R2 and modifications made in 12C. Every DB has one edition known as the base edition. Table index materialized views, as we saw, are non-editionable and have a different approach we are going to see in the next part of the video. One edition can have only one child. An edition can be dropped only when the following conditions are met. Number one, the edition is not the only one in the database. There are other editions as well. No session is using the edition actively. And finally, the edition is not the database default edition. So if these three conditions are met, you will be able to drop the edition. So I think now you have a fair understanding of how EBR works and how it solves the long outstanding issue in the Oracle database of 24/7 uptime, especially when patches are introduced. So in the next part of Oracle EBR 2, we are going to understand more about tables, indexes, and materialized views because the approach for those is completely different from what we have seen so far. Thank you.